If you thought I was holding a slightly offbeat iPhone, you're definitely not the only one. This is actually the Realme 15T, Realme's latest budget contender, and honestly, there's a lot to unpack here. We are talking about that unmistakable iPhone-inspired design, a monster 7000 mAh battery, and a sub 20,000 rupees price tag. So yeah, it's aiming to be that budget all-rounder smartphone that punches way above its weight. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next big gadget drop on our channel. Alright, let's start with the design because Realme's clearly decided to have some fun this time. Now yes, it looks very iPhone at first glance, but it's not just a copy-paste job. Realme has added their own personality to the 15T, and the result is something that feels fresh and yet familiar. Take this flowing silver colorway for instance. It's got this marble-like swirl effect thanks to the way Realme's done the printing and coating on this plastic panel. And because of that, each panel that Realme makes has its own unique texture. It also feels super premium in the hand despite offering a plastic finish. What blew my mind though is how thin and light it is. You see a 7000 mAh battery on the spec sheet and your mind immediately pictures a chunky brick. But no, the flowing silver version comes in at just 7.89mm thick and 183 grams. That's lighter than some phones with way smaller batteries. On the back, you will notice that iPhone style camera bump. It's actually made from aluminum alloy, which gives it some durability and shine. Flip the phone around and you see a massive flat display with razor thin bezels. 1.73mm on the sides, which is something you rarely see in this price range. Up top, there's a small punch hole camera, and the whole screen is protected by Dragon Trail Star Deep Plus glass. It's not Gorilla Glass, but it will hold up against scratches and daily wear. The sides are flat too, finished with this plastic fiber glass frame. And here's something you don't often see at this price. The Realme 15T is IP66, IP68 and IP69 rated. Basically, dust and water splashes are a non-issue. Don't dunk it in a pool, but if you get caught in the rain, you're still good to go. Now, cameras. The module on the back looks like it should house 3 sensors, but Realme has kept it simple with 2. You get a 50MP OmniVision primary sensor and a 2MP mono sensor. And honestly, the 50MP main sensor does a solid job. Daylight shots are sharp, colorful, and surprisingly well balanced in terms of exposure. The dynamic range is stronger than I expected, so you don't lose details in bright skies or darker shadows. Colors lean lively without looking cartoonish, which I appreciate. Low light performance is fine for the price, and with night mode on, it holds detail well enough for Instagram and WhatsApp sharing. Portrait shots also look pretty good. Edge detection is on point. The one thing missing is an ultra-wide lens, which would have made this setup a lot more versatile. On the front, there's another 50MP camera for selfies, which is actually impressive. Skin tones look natural and there's plenty of detail. Video recording tops out at 1080p 60fps, and you do get electronic image stabilization, which keeps the footage decently smooth when you're walking around. Alright, now let's talk battery, the star of the show. That 7000 mAh cell is a beast. Easily 2 days of regular use, maybe even more if you're light with social media and video. It's basically the kind of phone where you can forget the charger at your home and still get through the weekend without any issues. When you finally do need to charge, the included 80-watt fast charger gets you from 0 to 100 in about 75 minutes, which isn't bad at all for such a big battery. Do keep in mind that the phone is limited to 60 watts only. Plus, there's reverse wired charging, so you can top up your earbuds or even give a little juice to a friend's dying phone. Overall, the Realme 15T is shaping up to be quite an interesting phone. The design is bold, the cameras are reliable, the battery life is ridiculous, and it still manages to stay slim and lightweight. Let me know if you'd like a more in-depth review once we get more time with it, or maybe a head-to-head showdown against something like the Oppo K13. Till then, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.